All right, I am on the Celebrity Eclipse, and this is handicap room 1026. I'll give you a little tour here. Got your little concierge card. See if I can do this with one hand. Doors are automatic, which is a huge help. There is a tiny bit of a little lip here to go over, which is really not a big deal. As soon as you enter in, you got your mirror. You have the bed, then you have a little like cot that's over there. The bathroom. So, come in, door shuts. Bathroom is not automatic. You have to open it, but it's very light. You know, you can, 2 fingers, just door swings right open, which is great. There is a tiny bit of a little hill that goes up. It's not really a hill, but it's like a little landing. You can actually see it. It's kind of like, goes up there very little. Can't really tell in the video, but you got some room here, so if you put a chair here, transfer it to the bed. All right, but as you go into the bathroom, the drainage down there for the shower. Nice low bars. That's a little high, but you can still get to it. All of this stuff is very easy to open. One finger, pretty much. You know, you can just pull it open. The sink is good, but it's hard when they make these things because you don't. They try to tailor it for everybody. I'm so low. I have plenty of room underneath it, which actually this part is like a little too thick for me. So that when I rest, it's like my arms have to like be up to get on here, to reach here, but it's very easy to, I'm not even really fully stretched out here. See, I can reach the glass, no problem. The glass is tilted back so that, you know, if you went back a little bit, you can pretty much see your entire self. These, I can only reach, once this opens, wrong side, I can really only reach to here. That's like fully extended. I can't reach up there at all, but I can reach in here, not to the back, but I can reach in here. I can reach to the back in there to put some stuff in, which is pretty cool. This is like a your typical, I don't know, I guess you could put stuff in there. Same thing on this side, all the glass containers. Your typical room. Got your phone, got your emergency. If you fall or if you have an issue, you can use that. The toilet is, to me, it's at a good height. It's pretty level with my chair, so when I was able to transfer over, it was good. The only issue I have is the one at my house is a little bit lower, so when I'm sitting on it, my feet touch the ground. This one, my feet touch the ground, but they're like very lightly touching the ground, so my legs almost slide. So what I do is I take a towel and then I put it in front of the toilet so my feet can go on that, and then if I need a double towel, I'll take another one that's behind on the rack behind me and then put that on top, so it's 2 layers, and then my feet can rest on it and they won't slide around or anything on the ground, because when the boat is rocking in here, or when the boat's rocking in general and you're in here, you know, it's gonna rock this way. So if you're sitting on the toilet and if it rocks, you know, forwards, there's nothing in front of you to grab. You have the bars to grab onto, and those are definitely helpful. And then obviously if you go back, you have the bar that's behind you, which is fine. But the main issue that I have, and it's like this with all cruise ships, is the showers. So this chair folds down. All right, first of all, that's hard plastic, so those don't bend. They're not soft at all. So I have to use 1 or 2 of the towels to put on it, to sit on it, because I have a really bony bottom. So I need to sit on something that's semi-soft, and the cushion on my chair, I don't want to get wet, because it's not made for it to get wet. But when the boat, now that the boat will rock back and forth this way, so you'll essentially be going back and forth this way, which is fine. You have those bars to grab onto, and then this one, but there's nothing around you this way. So if you do lean too far forwards or too far to the side this way, if you're not grabbing this bar quick enough, you're gonna fall right onto the floor. I don't understand why there's not something like a bar that like sticks out that could, you know, that could like fold up to the wall or something and fold down so that you could put weight on if you need to, because that's the only thing that like bums me out. I mean, I'm pretty, you know, I have full function of my arms and everything. But when it comes time to taking a shower, it's always nerve-wracking because, you know, I'm in here by myself and the curtain's closed, which goes up here, and that's cool and everything. You know, the shower head comes off, but I'm afraid, you know, so I have to I take my time and I just move very, very slow. But that's it for the issue that's in here. Also, this bathroom is pretty big. It may look like it's not on video, but I can promise you I'm in a really small chair. And I've got a ton of room. I could fit probably 2 more wheelchairs in here, or even a power wheelchair could even still fit in here. And it works out perfectly. Okay, so now out on to the main room. You've got a ton of space between here. Again, I could fit my chair and probably half of another wheelchair here between the bed and the front of the stuff here. All easy to open. Again, 1 finger. No problem. Closes there. These, which are great. All right. This rack system, very helpful. Will fold down for you to reach, and it comes to about here, which is pretty level. It's just the very top one is a little bit higher to reach. But overall, it's very helpful to have all that stuff. Counter space, decent amount. You know, it's plenty of room to put your stuff in. The TV will come out, and then it can fold and be adjusted pretty much to any way that you want it. So that's great. Some more cabinets here. Got your safe in here. Very accessible, which is awesome. Okay, you got your refrigerator. They usually pack these things, and it's pretty good stuff. I'd say the main bed is pretty soft. It's actually 2 beds that they just put together, but it's like connected together where they won't separate and open up, and it's perfect. It's good for 2 people, no problem. This thing, the cot, not the most comfortable thing in the world. It is definitely not the same type of mattress as this is. I almost, personally, when I sleep on my side, and I was having a little bit of issues with my hips hurting in the morning, it is pretty much, you know, it's like I guess, it's got the whole, like, almost like box spring underneath it, but around the edges, it's got like a really tight band, and then it's softer in the middle, but there's certain sections where it almost feels like it's like hard. It's weird. So when I lay in there on my side, and this will only fit 1 person, by the way. You can absolutely not fit 2 people in here. I'm a smaller guy. I'm probably 5'7", and I was tight in this thing, and everything like that. But it has wheels. You could move it if you absolutely needed to. That's just a general seating area. Now the door. Again, there is a little bit of a lip, not a lip, but like a little bit of a hill that goes up to it, which is fine. And then once you're there, a little bit of a hill going down. But just like in my other review video that I made from when I was on the Oasis, this door is very hard to open from the inside and outside, essentially, because the hill that's going up, you have to kind of get at an angle, and then with the combination of the boat rocking, you know, it's very hard to just pull the door open. So it's kind of like a, you know, we either leave it open or I'm just very rarely going out into the deck. All right, and then so now what I do is I kind of get like a head start. I'm just gonna pull myself to kind of get up there because I have my camera in hand. And once you're up, it's nice, smooth, steady down. The outside decking is not bad. You know, you got plenty of chairs. You're underneath a covering here, so you sat out here in the rain and it's been nice. You don't really get wet. You get rainwater does kind of fill up in this first section here a little bit, but it's enough to still get a wheelchair out here without getting wet. You know? And what's also nice is, of course, if you are with other guests, that is family or friends, these can open and you can go in between. Now, my chair is very thin, it's not very wide, so I personally can fit through there. I don't know if you have like a power wheelchair or something bigger, if you will fit. It's set up on the same size as this as well. I don't have a tape measure with me, so I can't measure the distance of how wide it is, but I mean, my guess is if I get up really close to it, if I line up my wheel so that this just skims by here. See, I personally have, I'd say, a couple inches on this side, where, you know, you might be able to fit through it. And then really the only other thing that's not so much of an issue is, but it's something that I guess is for more safety reason, is this is a little higher. So of course with my eye view, when I look out, I see exactly this. I have the camera slightly lower so you can see the horizon, but when I look out just normally, I see that. So not really a big deal. I can always just lean down, or if I wanted to just kind of scoot up. But overall, I do like this cabin. Great views. All right, and there's nothing above you to really, you know, no lifeboats above you because they're all below. Even just general looking out, you see plenty of the water. Go over. All right, so my overall thoughts, I'd give this probably an 8 out of 10. There's just a few small things I would do in the bathroom with making some sort of bar that goes across that to grab on while you're taking a shower. And then the door coming out to the deck, that is just a little bit too heavy. But the ship goes into dry dock next year, I think, and maybe they'll make some changes to it then. If not, I mean, the ship is, at this point in time, is almost like 14 years old, so with how the laws have changed and everything, maybe they're not gonna make those changes to it or whatever. But overall, it's a good ship, good time, pretty good weather, and thanks for watching.